have always watched each other across oceans and decades. On one side, the United States of America, and on the other, Russia. Their rivalry isn't just about land, weapons, or borders. It's about influence, about who will shape the future of the world. This is not just a political story. It's a psychological war, born from fear, power, and pride. This story began long ago, at the end of World War II. The United States emerged as the new superpower, while Russia, then called the Soviet Union, USSR, tried to build its own empire under the banner of communism. That's when the Cold War began, a silent conflict where the weapons were ideology and propaganda instead of bullets and bombs. The US promoted freedom and capitalism. The Soviets stood for equality and state power. The world was divided in two, the American bloc and the Russian bloc. Then came 1991. The mighty Soviet Union collapsed. America declared itself the leader of the free world. Russia was left broken. Its economy crashed, its army weakened, and its global influence almost vanished. But one thing never changed: Russia's fear of America. Moscow knew one thing: the United States would never allow Russia to rise again. While Russia was licking its wounds, America began expanding NATO, a military alliance originally created to stop the Soviet Union. But the USSR no longer existed, so the question in Moscow was simple. If the Soviet Union is gone, then who is NATO preparing to fight now? The answer seemed obvious: Russia itself. One by one, countries near Russia joined NATO: Poland, Romania, Lithuania, Estonia, and finally even Ukraine was getting closer. To Russia, this wasn't just expansion, it was encirclement, a slow, silent strategy to box Russia in. Then came a man who changed everything: Vladimir Putin, a former KGB officer, sharp, strategic, and fiercely patriotic. Putin stood before the world and said, "Russia will rise again, and no one will make us kneel." Under his rule, Russia rebuilt its army, stabilized its economy, and began pushing back against Western dominance. For the first time since the fall of the USSR, America felt the Russian shadow growing again. In 2014, Putin made his boldest move, annexing Crimea from Ukraine. The West called it aggression, but Russia called it self-defense. Why? Because Ukraine was slowly aligning with the US and NATO. If Ukraine joined them, American missiles could one day sit right on Russia's border. For Putin, that was unacceptable. He drew the line: we will not retreat any further. The battlefield has changed now. It's no longer just tanks and soldiers. It's cyber attacks, information wars, and economic sanctions. America and Russia are locked in a new kind of conflict: digital, financial, and psychological. The US keeps sanctioning Russian banks, oil, gas, and tech industries, trying to suffocate its economy. But Russia fights back, forming new alliances with China, Iran, and even countries in Africa. The economic Cold War has begun. America fears a united Russia-China front. Russia fears an America that dominates every corner of the globe. The trust between them has completely vanished. America calls Russia a threat to democracy. Russia calls America a self-appointed ruler of the world. This isn't just a clash of nations, it's a clash of ideologies. Today, the front lines are everywhere: in Ukraine's fields, in cyberspace, in global media, and in world markets. Russia says, "We won't tolerate America's military at our doorstep." America says, "We won't let Russia expand its influence." The war isn't fought with bullets anymore, it's fought through sanctions, propaganda, and power plays. So, why exactly does Russia see America as its biggest threat? Because the United States wants to shape the world in its own image. One system, one order, one voice. Washington wants every country to play by its rules, but Russia refuses. Russia believes there should be multiple centers of power, not just one. It believes the world shouldn't bow to one capital. And that belief puts it in direct conflict with America's global ambitions. In Moscow's eyes, America doesn't just want peace, it wants control. Every time the US steps into Europe, the Middle East, or Asia, Russia sees it as another attempt to extend influence. Every NATO base, every military drill near its borders feels like a silent warning: we are watching you. For America, it's about security. For Russia, it's about survival. Today, we're standing on the edge of a new Cold War. One side has the world's strongest economy, the other has the world's largest nuclear arsenal. One fights with dollars, the other with defiance. But between them stands the rest of the world, caught in the tension of two giants who refuse to back down. This time, the war might not be fought with soldiers, but with data, drones, and dominance. The new battlefield is invisible: the internet, satellites, and global trade. Each side trying to outthink, outhack, and out-influence the other. So, the question remains: is the world once again dividing into two? Are we heading toward another global standoff? Only time will tell. But one truth echoes through history: the struggle for power never ends. Those who try to rule the world eventually become prisoners of their own fear. So think about it. Is America truly the world's greatest threat, or is Russia just afraid of losing control again?